everyone, welcome back to another video. So I decided to take part in the 100 heads drawing challenge and I completed all 100 portraits in just 10 days. I've wanted to do this challenge for a while now, but I just kept putting it off as it seemed a little bit overwhelming and a lot of the portraits looked out of my comfort zone. If you followed my art, then you know how much I love drawing girls, and they are always more cartoony and stylized. For this challenge, I was aiming to make the portraits look as similar to the picture as I could, but I still think that I kept them quite stylized and simple. So I'm starting here with day 1 and I'm sketching 10 portraits. I also timed each one on my phone as I went, so I'll give you the total time it took me to complete the challenge at the end of the video. This challenge was originally created by an artist called Ahmed Aldori, and I found the portraits on a Pinterest board. I'll link it below in case you want to do this challenge yourself. I started this challenge thinking that I'd be really crap and that it would take ages, but I was actually quite proud how it was going on day 1 and I was pretty happy with sketch number 4. Moving on to day 2, for this challenge I decided to only use pencil. I now always draw on Procreate, but I still think it's good to draw traditionally when you can. It actually helps improve your skills in my opinion. It really forces you to learn and provides a better foundation. I think once you know how to draw with pencil, then it's easier to transition to drawing digitally. Day 2 took me a lot longer to get through and I feel quite proud of how the men's sketches turned out, as I rarely draw men. I actually think I've only drawn men when I've had children's book commissions. Now on to day 3. Before I started this challenge, I made sure that I would have some time each day to complete the 10 heads ahead of time, and even though I knew a few days would be more challenging, I just had to start, otherwise I'd keep giving myself excuses and putting off the challenge. I would recommend, if you're going to start this challenge yourself, then don't study all the portraits beforehand, because that's when you can get a bit overwhelmed and then you could start to think that you just can't do it. I just took it one day at a time and one sketch at a time. That's what helped me to get through it anyway. From this day, my favourite is probably number 30 and my least favourite is number 28. Now we are on day 4 and I only managed to complete 2 sketches as I went out to see family and got back pretty late, and then I just couldn't be bothered to do any in the evening. So I thought I'd just catch up the next day, which was a bad idea though, because doing 18 sketches in one day was not fun. So now we're on to day 5 and I'm catching up on the 8 sketches that I missed yesterday. I also started sketching the men's sculptures in this spread, which I actually thought would be harder than they were. The ones that I was dreading the most turned out to be okay. Before I started them, I almost wanted to change to different portraits, but I pushed myself to try and just get through it. I avoided focusing on the small details and I avoided trying to make every little line exactly like the picture. I also kept the values of the pictures really simple, because if I didn't, then these would have just taken me so much longer. As long as I got down the main structure of the portraits and that was happy enough, then I would force myself to stop and move on to the next sketch. Now I'm on the next 10, but still on the same day. And at this point I was feeling pretty uninspired and I felt bored of doing these men's sculptures. I just wanted to give up. I felt like I was at these sketches all day. I couldn't even believe I did 18 sketches in one day. Some of these I didn't want to spend that long on, and I was exhausted by this point, and I just wanted to get it done and out the way. Day 6, I felt unmotivated before I even started. After sketching so much yesterday and now having more men sculptures to do again, it just put me off wanting to continue. But I thought, I'm like halfway through now, I've got to keep pushing even if it gets a little bit hard. I was thinking to start picking out my own girl portraits to replace the men's sculptures, but I tried to stick with it. Rolling into day 7. I was getting fed up with these men's sculptures, and they just seem to be getting worse as you get higher on the list. So today I decided to continue girl portraits from my own Pinterest board. But I still did do some of the originals too. I thought at least I'm still sketching, but I do need to enjoy this challenge as there's no one forcing me to do it. Anyway, I have no interest in drawing men portraits like in this challenge, so why bother continuing? At least I tried a few, but never again. I actually rushed the sketches from number 67 because I wanted to actually watch Beauty and the Beast with my mum. So I know 68 is rubbish, but I just couldn't be bothered to rub it out and do it again. Almost to the end now, day 8. I didn't feel that this spread was my best, as I was still replacing quite a few men's sculptures from the original list. I was trying to choose portraits with different looks and angles to still try and challenge myself. Number 73 turned out to be harder. The hair was pretty complicated, so I just tried keeping it as simple as I could whilst not spending too long on it. I'd say number 80 was probably my favourite. Day 9 now, and I'm like a broken record, but yet again I was getting fed up of this challenge. I started sketching about midday and I finished at about 2:30. I'm not even sure how it took me this long because adding up the times for each sketch, it was way less than that. I think I must have been getting distracted between each sketch, but that made it just drag out. It's always better to get into the zone when doing this challenge, but I never really did that. Quite a few rubbish sketches again, just wanted to get through it and hurry up, to be honest. Now I just couldn't wait to do my last 10 and for this challenge to be over. So, last day, and I can't believe I actually managed to do 10 sketches for 10 days in a row. Pretty proud of myself as I did struggle through this, and I'm glad I started to pick my own portraits to keep it a bit more fun for myself. It's a good challenge, but if you're getting that bored or uninspired, then I would definitely change it up a bit. It should be a bit of fun, and even though it can be hard at times, it's also really good for practicing to draw people. I was feeling really proud and accomplished, but told myself never again. I was so excited to get back to drawing cute portraits and fashion girls. It helped clarify that drawing girls is definitely my jam, but it was interesting to study different people's faces, and I realised that I could actually draw a different variety of people. So I added up all of the times of each sketch, and this challenge took me a total of 12 hours and 6 minutes. Like, that is crazy. Breaking this challenge up over so many days definitely helped though, because 12 hours, I can't even get my head around that. Thank you so much for watching this video. Comment below and let me know if you've done this challenge before. How did you feel doing it? And if you haven't done it, has this video inspired you to try? Don't forget to check out more links below this video, and I'll see you in my next one.